Well, hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode. My name's Craig from Keen for Adventure. You definitely want to hang around for this one. Towards the end, we show you an epic camp just at the mouth of Douglas River on the east coast of Tasmania. Epic little spot if you're a fisherman or if you just love your walks up the beach. I'll just show you this from Future Us. We're at a camp just outside of Launceston. It's $10 a night, 50 acres. Collect your own firewood as well. You'll see this in an upcoming episode. But if you're liking the content, remember, please give us a thumbs up. Well, hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode. I'm going to kick things off in a little town called Oatlands. Little historic town back from the 1800s. Once a military settlement. What's cool about this place, it's got the largest concentration of sandstone buildings in the whole of Australia in one area. So I think it's 130 sandstone buildings. I was 185, all right, the boss is yelling 185, so gorgeous little town, well worth the stop. There's also a free camp as well, which I'll show you a little bit later. But we're just stuck down here to the Anglican church, built in 1836. Not a conventional way to start off a video, but thought we'd come for a walk. Just show you what's around. All right, I'll just flick you around. This is just a prime example of what I was talking about. So the Lake Frederick Inn, so it was built in 1833 by George Atchison, who arrived in Van Diemen's Land in 1819 as a convict aged 18 years. So it's built of stone, 50,000 locally made bricks. Buildings on the registered national estate is a particular example of an early coaching inn. So yeah, just an example of the buildings. Absolutely gorgeous. So we've just popped over to where the historical mill is. It's a bit of a precinct here. They got a new distillery over there where you can go for lunch and purchase alcohol, gins and stuff like that. But I'll just flick you around here. So that's the old mill, built in 1837. How cool is that? So you can pop in. They've restored it a little bit, obviously. Might be a bit dark in here, but I can overlay some footage. And then just across the way is the miller's cottage. So that's where he slept. Pretty cool to be placed to work. Sleep there. Get up, go to work. We'll pop through to where we're camped. Beautiful little park here too, which is cool for the kids. If you duck in here and want to camp for a few days, over there's the original sheep sale yards. Not that old though, 1926 to 1988. It's a public toilet in the park. There's public toilets just out on the road as well where you can fill up with water, which is pretty cool. Yeah, pretty big area. Fit quite a few vans in, which is nice. That's us straight ahead. Look, it is it's just reading, I think I said it was a free camp. It's actually a donation. So if you want to throw a donation in the box, you can do that on the way through. So my apologies if I said it was free. Well, that's it. Beautiful day. Might pull the chairs out, hang out in the sun. That's it. Catch us later. We took a stroll down the main street and came across this awesome little antique store. It reminded me of my late nan's house, from old bone china dinner sets to bits and bobs. Alright, so we've decided to do the key tour. You can pick up a fob from a few places in town, and there's 3 buildings you can go to. There's a commissionery, courthouse, and to the jail. So we just popped over to the courthouse. So built in 1829. We'll just pop in and have a look. So what's cool about these are they're actually the original buildings, so pretty much untouched. Which is very cool. So the old original sandstone floor. So that judges and magistrates' chambers. This little room. Yeah, they must have hold events here as well. Bit of storage there. Police clerk's office. Yeah, very cool, very cool. All right, tag team with the missus. Dog can't go in. All right, give me a shithead.
Interesting read.
Yeah. Only regional town in Van Diemen's Land with a Supreme Court. Single room building constructed in 1829 by 2 men from Oatlands, chain gang. Has a chapel and justice room. Front rooms were added in 1835. Yeah, very cool. All right, this is where the mutt freaks out because his humans walked away. All right, that's the courthouse. We'll duck over to the prison very shortly. As I said, lots of history in this joint. Absolute must see. All right, so I've made it to the jail. Built in 1836. So we can go in this one too and have a look. So we'll just pop around the other side and see what she's all about. Well, there we go, before you even get inside, where they used to do the executions. So the wall of infamy, 18 hanged men. Yeah, no good. Wow, it's even got a table here. Engineering a suitable death, the long drop. So it works out clothe prisoner in pounds, then how long you need the drop. Yeah, well, I didn't think there was a, I don't know, like a science to it. All right, let's pop inside. Yeah, okay, there's only 2 rooms in here you can have a look at. Which is a shame, you can see through there. Yeah, I don't know what that is, living quarters or something upstairs, I don't know. Oh, what a shame. But once again, original how it was. Once again, the old beds. Can't even get out. I can't get out. Hang on. Nah. Pulling the wrong way. Alright, once again, tag team. Not much to see in there, unfortunately. Have you learned anything?
Yeah, it's interesting. Did you got the gallows there?
Yeah, got the gallows. Yeah, that was a bit full on.
Yard.
I didn't realise there was a sort of a formula to the hanging based on how much the prisoner weighed, etc. Interesting though. Well, we've just come for a drive this morning up to a little town called Ross. It's about a half-hour drive up from where we're staying in Oatlands. Another historic site. It's actually called the Female Factory. Pretty interesting little site here. They've got plaques scattered around down here. Tells you a little bit about it, but just reading off here, it's got of the 74,000 convicts transported to Van Diemen's Land between 1804 and 1854, 12,500 were women. So during the term of their sentences, most of these women were held within one or more of the 5 female factories established across the colony. So during its 7-year life, Ross Female Factory accommodated between 60 to 120 women at any one time. These women were typically unmarried and aged in their mid-20s. Around 40 of their infant children were confined separately in a nursery wing. So my understanding of this place, I'll just pop back up to the plaque at the front. And it says here that the Ross Female Factory operated as a convict hiring depot, nursery, probation and punishment station. Over the next 7 years, hundreds of female felons served time behind the high security fence. So yeah, so the female prisoners were hired out for 12 months at a time, and that reduced their sentence. So yeah, within its maze of walls and high fences, Ross Female Factory segregated 3 groups of inmates: pass holders, probationers, and the crime class. Pass holders were entitled to work outside the factory for wages and received increased rations and privileges, and also had their sentences reduced. Man, so much history. Pretty sure this town's got the second oldest bridge as well, built by convicts. The first one we showed you in, where was that? Richmond was the oldest bridge. Apparently this is the second oldest. But we'll keep walking around here and we'll mosey on through town and we'll see what else is about. Here we go, just quickly, just reading another sign here. It says it was not uncommon for female pass holders to fall pregnant when assigned as domestic servants. Under these circumstances, they were returned to the female factories to bear their children and receive further punishment for their crime. Conditions were grim in the factories, mortality rate was alarming. Female factory alone lost some 900 infants to assorted illnesses between 1929 and 1956. Illnesses such as influenza, cholera and pneumonia. Yeah, pretty sad life, unfortunately. Well, there we go. We just ventured down to the bridge in Ross, and just Google it, so I thought it was the second oldest bridge, but it's actually not. It's the third oldest one in Australia. So built in 1836. So there we go. Stand corrected. Beautiful little bridge though. After spending a few days in Oatlands, we packed up and headed east to an awesome camp at the mouth of the Douglas River where fresh water meets the Tasman Sea, where we spent many a day fishing, collecting shells on the beach and exploring the surrounding area. Well guys, we just kicked off from Oatlands this morning. We left there about 9 o'clock. We headed up north, up through Campbelltown, out to the IGA there just to top up with a bit of food before we headed out to the east coast, out to a place called Douglas River. So we're out here for 10 nights. It's $25 a night. There's no amenities, although there is water, but they just say that you've got to boil it for a minute before you drink it. But we've made sure we filled all our tanks this morning. We've also filled the bladder as well, so we've got a 110 litre bladder in the footwell. But I'll flick you around. This is basically where we've ended up. So this is the mouth of the Douglas River. Comes down out into the ocean. And the sun may block this, may not, but we're literally just up there on the bank overlooking here. So for $25 a night, not a bad little spot. The only thing is though, there's no fires. There's so many places down here that you're not allowed fires for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's fire bans or whatnot, but some places allow it and some places don't. So that's probably the only setback of this place. It's a big sign saying if they catch a light in a fire, they'll kick you off site immediately. Supposed to be some black bream in here too, so I might pull the rod out tomorrow, have a bit of a flick. I'll just walk up the bank here and that's our camp. How good's that? So that's camp, spin you around. That's our views. I'll just show you out the back here, there's plenty of room. Pretty big open area. Down there, down to the other side as well. And there's all tracks leading down to the river through there, so you can park up along there if you wanted to. Cracking spot. So yeah, we'll just use this for a base for the next 10 days. We'll explore around and as I said, start heading towards Devonport. Daughter comes over in a few weeks time, so we'll catch up with them here for 17 days. So we'll do another whirlwind tour, another lap around. We're here till August. Beautiful day, cracking afternoon, beautiful scenery. Can't ask for better than this.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away.
Hey guys, check this out. I've just pulled the barbecue out. There's a van behind us. Just going to cook some chicken calves. Turned around and have a look at this view. It is absolutely still this afternoon. Not a breath of wind. What a magic camp spot. Alrighty, as I said, got the barbecue on. Chicken calves for dinner. Maybe the boss has already put them in. Yep, there they are. Get these done on the barbie. As I said, beautiful evening. Cracking spot. We're the only ones here again. Look at that. No one down there. No one down there. Just us parked up. Beautiful. Hey guys, comment down below what you go to when you're away and you got some time up your sleeves, whether it be on the Weber or just in general. What you go to meals? Extra points. It's cold down here, so is it like a curry or a stroganoff? We need some ideas.
Cooking segment.
Yeah, cooking segment. So there we go. Dinner's all done. Chicken Kiev, honey carrots, peas corn, and spuds. What do you reckon, Miss O?
Yumbo.
Yumbo, what do you reckon, buddy? Yeah, he's licking his chops too. Alright, you've had dinner, mister?
Yes.
Alright, we'll chow down. Catch us later.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray